Wow. Wow, 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 wow. On the news, a meteor hits Russia. And near to or even more than 1,000 people were injured. It was 20 feet wide and 10 tons. When it come in, before it exploded, as it exploded, it was a blinding light and a shock wave just, knocked people off their feet, knocked the windows out of buildings. Astonishing. And it happened about 9 o'clock in the morning. So that's the reason why people was able to get a lot of videos on it. Pictures. Now today, the 15th, a large asteroid is supposed to pass between the moon and the earth, although they do not expect it to hit. Do you not understand that we are really in the last days? Let me read you something from Revelations. At chapter 8, beginning with verse 7. And these are the trumpets. The first angel sounded, and there followed hail, fire, and mingled with blood, and they were cast into the earth. And the third part of the trees was burnt up, and all green grass was burnt up. Now that's coming. Okay. And the second angel sounded, and as it were a great mountain burning with fire was cast into the sea, and the third part of the sea became blood. And the third part of the creation, which was in the sea, creatures in the sea, had life died, and the third part of ships were destroyed. And the third angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven, burning as it were a lamp, and it fell upon the third part of the rivers, and upon the foundations of waters. And the name of the star is called Woodworm, and the third part of the water became woodworm, and many men died of the water because they were made bitter. And the first angel, now I'll just say, most people already know woodworm is is a nuclear substance. It's poison. And the fourth angel sounded, and the third part of the sea was smitten, and a third part of the moon, and a third part of the stars, so as the third part of them was darkened, and the day shined not for a third part of it, and a night likewise. That thing will be so big, it will darken the sky in places. And I beheld, let's say, the Earth rotates, and you got that asteroid out there blocking. And I beheld and heard an angel flying through the midst of the heavens, saying with a loud voice, Woe, woe, woe to the inhabitants of the earth, by reason of another voice. And the trumpet of the third angel, which are yet to sound. So, we're talking about asteroids, meteors, and as such coming in to Earth. It's prophesied in the scriptures. Come on. So, this one was a shocker, that it would come in the day before the 14th, day before the big asteroid is coming. This is the 15th. The asteroid is here. Yesterday was the 14th, And that's when the meteor hit Russia. You know, most meteors do burn up in space. But this one made it all the way to Earth and hit over there at Russia. People, we are in the last days, and God is trying to warn us and tell us what's coming. And the signs are going on and on and on and on, and most people refuse to believe. They want to believe there's a big apocalypse coming and that the world's going to explode into nothing and everybody going to die. No. That can't happen. It can't. I'm sorry to tell you, all you doomsday therapists that think that the earth is no longer going to exist with the great apocalypse. There's going to be much destruction here upon earth. Many people are going to die. And in fact, in the scriptures it tells us that the people will be so few, there will be like jewels upon the earth. That's how many people be left. Very, very little. But he's warning people. And he let this meteor come in and go all the way to the ground. The boom of it caused a shock wave, you know, tremendous shock wave. And in God's way, he's trying to warn Russia to stay out of this war that's soon coming over there in the Middle East. And warning us that we need to wake up. The whole world, that much is going on. Look what happened. The Pope is resigned, okay? There's going to be a new Pope about the end of March. Or somewhere in. We've got Obama going over there in the Middle East for the first time and to meet with the council. Well, people don't understand that the Catholic Church is going to be part of this council and asking to be the one that controls and governs the Temple Mount. That's all coming up. We have Passover this year, not Easter. I'm not talking about Easter. I'm talking about the true Passover is going to be this year on the 26th of March. I kind of like went, wow. My birthday's the 29th of March, and I'm going, wow. I found that very interesting because the Pope resigning and they're going to get a new Pope around that time. Obama is going to go over to Israel talking about peace and stuff, meeting over there, and the Catholic Church wanting to take over the Temple Mount. They've even made agreements that if they take over the Temple Mount, they will help rebuild the third temple. Prophecy coming through before our eyes. For you that don't believe in the temple being built, you're very wrong. You're very wrong. You're living in a delusional world when you say that, because it's going to come and it's going to happen. Now we have the meteor coming and the asteroid coming and a comet at the end of this year coming in that's going to be so big and so bright it's going to outshine the moon. The biggest ever in I don't know how many years. I mean, it's been a long time ago since we had a comet that big. It's coming in around November, December, January. It's going to be here for a long time. People's going to see it for a long time, and it's going to be brighter than the moon. In fact, it'll be so bright that you can see it even when the sun is shining. It'll be so bright that even it'll be like daylight at night. God is giving us so many warnings and so many signs of the things that's coming. You see, these things are all leading up, and soon, as the temple is being built, I truly believe that's when the two witnesses that will walk out of the desert, and I keep saying, I don't believe they're on earth yet. I know a lot of people believe it, and they're going to be born in a human body. No, they don't have to be born in a human body. There's two that was taken up in their body for a reason and a purpose. And they still have the physical body that they were born in. That's Enoch and Elijah. And they will be set down, when they come back down, will be set down into the desert over there near Jerusalem. And they will have sackcloths and ashes on. They won't be dressed in beautiful suits or in the robes, that you imagine. What's going to be on their body is sackcloths and ashes. Where they have been praying and where they're praying now. I believe they're sitting in sackcloths and ashes, praying and interceding for the earth right here, right now. And have been ever since they've been taken. And they will come walking into Jerusalem in the midst of all of this building of the temple. And they will begin to witness to the people that they need to back up. They need to take this back out of the rule of the Catholic Church, which is part of the Antichrist, the beast. And they will begin to witness to them what's going to happen if they continue building this temple with them. For I truly believe the Pope, the new Pope, will bring, as soon as that building is built, he will bring his throne chair and set it over there in the temple and begin to rule. The beast will help him set up the authority over Israel and over the earth in that new temple that will be built. And then after 3.5 years, the beasts that come up out of the pit, the Apollo, that demonistic head angel in the pit will come up and will kill them. And then there will be a war in heaven. Satan will be totally kicked out of heaven. And his angels, they no longer can appear before God. And they will be set loose with no restraints. Right now, God restrains Satan. But at that time, there will be no restraints on Satan, and all evil will break loose. People, we're in the last days. I'm going to put below where you can see where this meteor come over Russia. These are signs, people. They really are. And it seems like the signs are growing stronger from the sky. More and more of these things are going to be happening. I just read Revelations chapter 8 to you. It's filled with them. Filled with these objects coming in. And it seems like they will grow more and more and more destructive as they come in. Now, today, as the asteroid is up there, will it come in and hit the earth? You know what? I'm not even going to attempt to say. Because it could. Will it knock all the satellites out that's orbiting our Earth? I can't say. Will this be one of my last videos for a while until they get more satellites up there? I can't say. But I can say one thing. Yeshua HaMashiach died on the cross for us, made a covenant with his Father for us. And if we walk into that ark, that covenant, just like those 8 souls did in Noah's day, when Noah built the ark and he entered in, you know, when God closed the door, it was closed. And then all the stuff broke loose. The water's coming up from below and rains down on them. We need to get in our ark that has been prepared for us already. That ark is Jesus Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach. So that we will be protected by him and not destroyed. We are in the last days and much is coming. But it's not for us to fear and run around and go, oh my God, the world's going to end, the world's going to end, it's the pot. No. Many will die. Many will die. And it will be a sad time. But you need to get in the ark now. You know, it doesn't give a whole lot on Noah as he was in that ark. Him, his wife, and his 3 sons and daughter-in-laws. There's not much record of what happened on that ark. But after that door was closed and sealed, and the water began to rise on earth, and the rain began to pour down, and they could hear the screaming of the people on the outside of the ark, pounding on the ark, wanting in, and he couldn't do nothing about it. I believe Noah probably and his family knelt humbly and cried for the destruction of humanity. Cried that this thing had to happen and they were saved. And it came within their heart. They knew that they were prepared for a time after the ark settled. And I'm sure they knelt there and they cried and they mourned, but yet they praised the Lord for his goodness. Hush, hush. They praised the Lord for his righteousness and his goodness. And as the destruction happens around us that are in the ark of Yeshua, we too will cry for humanity as it dies on the outside, uncovered, unprotected, because they refuse to come in. They refuse to believe in Yeshua HaMashiach. They refuse to accept his holiness and his holy name. They refuse to accept his blood. They refuse to accept that he is the deliverer, the Messiah. They refuse, they refuse, they refused. And when the destruction comes one after another, we will cry and we will weep for the destruction, but we will humble ourselves, because only by the grace of Yeshua HaMashiach and his sacrifice that he paid for us, that we will be covered. We will be covered. Praise be to your holy name, Father. You know, I feel led to tell you all to come to the Nehemiah Center tonight and hear Pastor George. I don't know what he's going to preach on. I don't know what he's going to teach on this Sabbath night. But I have a strong feeling you need to come and listen. And I will put his link down below because I'm going to go and listen. I feel this urgency. And I know he is a watchman on the wall. He is a watchman on the wall. And the word that he will be speaking will be spoken from God to us. Repent. It is time to repent, people. In the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, it is time. It is time to repent, for more is coming from outer space to hit this earth. This one tonight may not hit the earth, but there are more coming. More coming. It's time to repent. In the name of Yeshua, repent now.